Doc Leeson here, the podcasting beast from the East, coming at you live here. It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it doing a solo show. Some wires got crossed, but we are here to discuss the inevitable coaching hires finally getting wrapped up. We are going to work on that WNBA news, finalizing free agency, the trades, the new salary cap. Hopefully, we get some information on that. But quick news after Jim Harbaugh's, we'll call it whiff on the Vikings interview, he has told Michigan that this is the last time that he is going to go for the NFL. He is out of the NFL running. But I feel like we've heard that before. We've heard that claim that a coach isn't going to go to back to college, or a coach isn't going to go back to the NFL, and eventually you hear rumblings down the line. It might not be next year, but 2, 3 years from now, when he's, either hopefully not, knock on wood, struggling at Michigan, he'll be right back in the NFL's good graces where he'll go ahead and try to take an interview. But we'll see what happens there. I was interested in to see, him get another opportunity. I thought the Raiders would have went ahead and hired him, but I can understand the direction that they got. Personally, I didn't think the Raiders should have went away from Bisaccia, but that's neither here nor there. I think Josh McDaniels is going to do a great job in Las Vegas, and they have the pieces there to compete in that division. So we'll see. Hopefully, Jay Rich is somewhere celebrating, and not grimacing over the fact that another Belichick disciple got another job. But we'll have to wait and see. As we mentioned yesterday, Kevin O'Connell, the offensive coordinator of the Rams, is slated to have that job. Like I said yesterday, I think that's a great opportunity. I think that's a good fit. And I think that the Vikings are going to be special next season. Speaking of special, and something that I kind of called, I knew it had been one of two coaches. I know the Jaguars had been in long-standing communication with Leftwich, um, but the whole general manager thing was really rough. I don't know how much pull he thought he had, but I feel like that was a bit of a stretch, to say, hey, you'll take the job only if you can bring in the general manager of your choosing. I thought that was just a little bit too much. But either way, he's out, and it looks like the Jaguars wasted no time bringing in Doug Peterson, which is one of the guys that I said that they should bring in. It was either one or the other, Doug Peterson or Jim Caldwell. That was the only two options that I saw the Jaguars doing. Um, it just made sense. They needed somebody that was going to be there, a veteran leadership. They didn't need any new head coaches. They didn't need any new coordinators who are becoming head coaches for the first time. They needed someone with experience, somebody that can build a culture. And I think Jim Caldwell and Doug Peterson were the two that would be able to come in and change the way the Jaguars franchise is viewed. Um, it just made sense. I think him coming in, installing that RPO offense, with a young Trevor Lawrence, somebody who we know has the arm talent, I think is going to be magical and special. As long as Nick Foles doesn't come out of nowhere, we should be all good. But I like this Doug Peterson hiring. I'm interested to see, what staff he aligns, but we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, this is a wait and see scenario. We still have two jobs, or excuse me, three jobs left over. The Dolphins, the Saints, and the Texans, all pretty solid jobs. I'm not 100% sure. I would personally take the Saints job, given the fact that they may have a lot of turnover. Their salary cap wise, they are not in a good position. They only I think they're over the cap by about 14 million. So some people will have to be let go. There'll be some restructuring of some contracts. So I understand Sean Payton's like, you know what, guys, I'm out of here. The Dolphins, amid the rumors that Brian Flores is putting out, I'm sure, I'm pretty positive they're going to have a fresh new coach. I'm not sure who they had in mind when they fired Brian Flores, but if they had someone in mind, I wonder if that person would change their mind. Like, I mean, hearing rumors that your owner is, asking you or paying you to tank, who really wants to deal with that? So I'm curious to see how they go about finding someone and if we'll see a first year head coach get an opportunity there. I don't know who the Dolphins are looking at, but when I really think about it wholeheartedly, I'm wondering how this lawsuit is going to impact them and that decision. The last team, the Texans, I mean, like I said yesterday, I just feel like they've given the keys to the wrong person several times and it just hasn't worked out for them over and over again. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But really quick show, nothing special going on this week. Obviously, we have the Pro Bowl, but who really watches the Pro Bowl anymore? We have the skills competition. We have things going on, but we'll have to wait and see. But as I normally would say, I know that people heard this podcast on their favorite podcast platform. But if you didn't, you can always go to our website at www.debateamongstfriends to review this episode as well as all the previous. Be sure to tune in next week. We're definitely going to cover WNBA free agency, signings, trades, the $75 million donation. We'll go a little deeper into that. And we're just going to go over the Super Bowl week as a whole. But tune in next week for more news, more analysis, and the reads.